I've spent a lot of time like feeling like things had to be perfect. And I said this earlier when I was talking about my other YouTube channel, where I felt like I had to make really good videos. And so I stayed private. Like I didn't share my videos publicly until I'd been working on it for like a month. And then I posted it. Like how do you think I felt when I posted that? Sure, I was excited, but I was also immensely fragile because I didn't really want feedback. Deep down, the last thing I wanted was feedback. I'd slaved over this video, and if someone gave me some feedback, I was I was destroyed. I was crushed because I put so much effort into relying on the result of the final video. So if anyone had anything to say, I was very nervous. I only wanted to see compliments. And so you can save yourself from all of that suffering if you figure out a way to enjoy what you're doing along the way. Because even if my video turned out really good, so what? Like, the process sucked. So build imperfectly and build it with people. I don't know what I'm doing on this channel. As you can see, if you look at my channel, I'm proud of many of the videos on here, but there's a variety of different things. I've got scripted videos, I've got edited videos, I got videos of Jack talking to the camera like he's doing now. And it's all different. And I don't care. I don't care because I'm growing. I'm trying different things. And whether I'm writing the script, whether I'm editing the video, or whether I'm talking to the video like this, I can assure you watching this video, Jack struggled to start. And it did not feel like a natural process in any way. My body felt weird. My heart was like, what are we doing? And my mind was in utter chaos. And that is okay. Because that's how things sometimes start. And that's why you just got to get through that struggle period and keep going and give it enough time. Because if you don't give it enough time, then you slap this label on it before you realize what it really is. You see it as a struggle, but you don't see the part that you're at. Like once the struggle is over, you're in the flow state. So that's what momentum is, which means it typically begins with inertia. Because if momentum was an instantaneous thing, then it wouldn't be momentum. That's not what it is. And so this means that when you start something, you don't instantaneously access a sense of momentum, of flow. You start with this resistance, inertia, and confusion. So whether it's with recording a video or sharing a post to social media or even in a conversation, sometimes my conversations, they start very imperfectly, very cringy, okay? And that's okay. Because how else is momentum supposed to arise? How else is a connection supposed to be initiated? It doesn't have to begin with instantaneous flow. And so this applies to those micro examples, and it also applies to like broader things as well. So if you're building a relationship, or maybe you decide to get a new mentor, or start a new skill, or start a business, all of these things, bigger projects, maybe projects that take 5 years to really build. In the same way that on the micro level, you start imperfectly and you start to build momentum, this happens on a macro level as well. And so maybe like the first 2 years feel like this, maybe the first 3 years, or maybe it's the first 6 months, you have a similar sort of thing going on in yourself. Okay. Well, that's okay. Because it's the same process. It's mud settling. And we can refer to the Buddha here because the Buddha says that the best way to clear muddy water is to let the mud settle. So if we're in this muddy water, what we want to do is like go to all these different shiny objects, like fight the chaos with our mind and like try all these different things. And so it's really hard to stick with one thing when you're in that sort of state of mind, right? And it's much less about trying to figure it out and much more about just letting the mud settle. And this means like sticking with it, even though it feels like a lot of chaos. And with momentum and flow and joy, you're focused on the process and not the destination. And as a result, you actually get better results as well. Because I see a lot of, whether it's with content creation or business, people trying really hard. And for me as a viewer, if I feel like someone is like trying really hard to like keep my attention when I'm watching a YouTube video, like it literally makes me not want to watch that video, because I'm like, man, like you're like chill. like you're trying way too hard to keep my attention, man. And this is what happens when we try to focus on the destination too much. We literally push it away. Boom, unsubscribe, see it. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But I'd probably click on a different video. So start messy and start somewhere and continue and give it time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you want to connect with me, build publicly, and share what you're working on and just try stuff, then you can connect with me in the community in the link in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. See you.